It was interesting because Colleen and Maurice Jones-Drew and Daniel Jeremiah go to the pregame, and it's Mike Robinson and Mike Garafolo, and we love those guys. They're free, and they show Will Levis, and he's sleeveless, and he's just jacked as all. And you're like, do we have a sensation here? And then we get to the game, and it's like, the Steelers do what the Steelers do.
You were right.
And there it is, and in the fourth quarter, they're down 3 points, and what do you know? Kenny Pickett does what Kenny Pickett does. Dink, dunk, lead. 7 different fourth quarter comebacks in his career. It's a second season, guys. This guy has a knack for just keeping it close for 3 quarters, and then when it matters most in the fourth quarter, he will lead you on a 98-yard drive. This was a 92-yard drive, and it was methodical, and it gets them right down the field, and he scores a touchdown. You mentioned the Matt Canada factor. Really interesting. Matt Canada coached in college at NC State, at Pitt, at LSU, coached for the Steelers for many years, has never been on the sideline.
He's a booth guy.
Never. Booth guy. Talk to him. They decided earlier in the week we're going to bring Matt Canada down. So now it's not only Matt Canada, but you now have, the backup quarterbacks. You have the quarterbacks, which they're all in his ear on the field. So you have 5 different voices in Kenny Pickett's ear. That could be a lot. Up in the press box, you had offensive assistant Glenn Thomas, you had David Corley, and you had the offensive line assistant Isaac Williams. You had those guys. So you now have 3 guys in the press box, 5 guys on the offensive staff in Pickett's ear, and guess what? End of the day, they're 5-3, and it worked. That opening drive was great. They went right down the field for the first time this season. They scored, and then they just hung around, and when they need it most, Pickett does it. You say it, it's not pretty. There's no pictures in the standings, yet they're 5-3, and every single game that they win goes the same exact way. They hang around just long enough, and in the fourth quarter, Pickett pulls one out of his hat, and we say, wow, they won the game. And guess what? No apologies.
This game felt Tomlin tough, like the way that they just battled through it. And I'm glad you talked about the offense. Pickett came to play. Canada provided a spark, whether it was being down on the field right there or just the way that they kind of went up-tempo. And I really feel like the run game is what sparked this offensive surge. They rushed for more yards in this game than they had all season long. 166 yards on the ground. And I tell you, that guy right there, Jalen Warren, he was an unbelievable spark. Like Najee is kind of like the workhorse. This guy came in, and it was an unbelievable 1-2 punch. 8 yards a carry for Jalen Warren. Phenomenal right here. The jet sweeps, which Matt Canada, everybody, look, you either love the jet sweeps or you absolutely hate them. Like it's very polarizing play, but that's been something he's had in his arsenal throughout his entire coaching career, and it worked. But at the end of the day, this defense was phenomenal, and Alex Highsmith was unbelievable. T.J. Watt coming into the game, of course, he was going to get all the attention and the double teams and the chips and how do we handle them. He still had an impact. It was just a different kind of impact. But Alex Highsmith leads the NFL right now in quarterback pressures. Not T.J. Watt, not Myles Garrett. It's that guy right there, Alex Highsmith. And T.J. Watt was talking about him after the game, saying, hey, man, people need to know this guy's name. They need to know more about him. I want to give T.J. Watt his due as well because it wasn't the sacks. It wasn't the quarterback hits. You look at the stat board, not a huge game. It was the penalties that he created. The byproduct of T.J. Watt. There was 3 penalties in a row on the same darn drive. It was that play you showed where he lost his bonnet, hands to the face. Then there was another holding penalty on Petit Frere, and then the tight end held him too. So it's T.J. Watt was a huge factor. It doesn't show up in the stats as much.
He's like a low post player who can get to the free throw line. He keeps getting fouled. You know, it's not a lot of buckets, but you keep getting fouls on the other guys. It was great, and I think Levis hung. Like I really did. I think he was totally game. He throws the interception at the end. He's a rookie, whatever, but. It's the Will Levis experience. I was hoping for it because I like him as a guy and I was excited. Last week, it's like, all right, I'm here in my cool Oilers jersey and we're playing the Falcons and we're at home. Oh, this is the NFL. And then you fast forward a week and there's a helmetless T.J. Watt screaming at you and they're playing Renegade in the stands. Like, that was a different deal. And Peter, you were on it yesterday. You're like, I don't know, that Steelers defense. You're right. Short week.
On the road. Offensive linemen dropping like flies.
Yeah, but so like Highsmith and Watt hit him a lot, as Sean pointed out. But game, just totally game. And listen,
there, man.
He looks just so raw. We're saying all these quarterback gurus who get into the tape, they're gonna pull their hair out watching him because like the release point and the transfer of weight and the back, it's all a mess. It's great, but he's very watchable. It's really fun to watch. And I'll just say this for Pittsburgh. We throw this phrase around so much. It's the just stack wins thing. Like, it's ugly as hell. It really is. I know they had a good first drive. They still had 20 points at home against the Titans. It wasn't like they came down to the sideline, now we're the greatest show on turf. They still got work to do. And Bill Simmons compares them to a fighter all the time, and he says that they're like Bernard Hopkins. It's almost like some Mayweather. It's just, they have some flash because they got Warren and they got Pickens, but then it's like, it's so much defense and it's this and it's just grabbing. It's like, God, that round sucked, but Floyd won again 10-9. And I just think like we're at the point where just win season is early. It's just about to end. In a couple weeks, we're going to be into you need to secure home field. It's not about just winning. It's about have to win. There's like a just wins club right now, and I think the Steelers are stacking wins. I think whoever wins between the Falcons and the Saints this weekend, the NFC South, and the Jets are in the Just Stack Wins Club by far. They are a charter member, but it's the Steelers thing. I cannot believe this team that has really struggled on offense is 5-3. It's a great record, and they got it against the Rook. Levis was game, but the Steelers Just Stack Wins, baby.
When it comes to rookie quarterbacks, maybe on a team that you all of a sudden realize the season isn't going to go quite the way they want it to, there are just certain moments that I feel like you look for where you're like, is this it or is this not it? The beginning of the fourth quarter drive where Levis's heels were like on the 8 and he found Treylon Burks for like a 21-yard completion. He had 3 first downs in that drive initially. It didn't result in anything, but like that first one, it's like you are in the end zone and you had no rattle. It was awesome. I think he is Billy Jeans. I am confirming now. Hundreds of tweets came in last night calling Will Levis Billy Jeans.
Let's hear
Will
it.
Levis autocorrects when you searched it at first to Will Levi's, okay? Billy Jeans might be the greatest nickname of all time. Thank you so much. I love Billy Jeans. Hashtag GOAT Levis.
Goat.
Ian Rappaport got into it last night too. Billy Jeans, Will Levis, as some of you on the Breakfast Clubbers call it, has got it. Okay. That's what we're talking about, Kyle. The legend of Billy Jeans grows tonight. Jay Henry, who's on SportsCenter up in Canada.
We love Jay Henry.
Talked about it on Canada SportsCenter last night. He led the show with it. What do we think about Billy Jeans as a nickname? Those are 5 tweets. There were hundreds. I was watching it come in.
Jamie, I feel like you brought this to the table, and specifically to me,
know what it is?
No, hold on. You're like, I would like you to invest in this. Like, I just need a small investment early on. You're gonna get out on the ground floor.
Because if you get into it, it helps.
You know what it is?
What?
It's the Bot Purdy thing. Yeah. You came to us with Bot Purdy, and you were like, buy into it, people, and you did. Jason and I were like, what's happening? We're not really quite sure about the AI, but like, that's why I go to you, because I'm like,
first in, first out.
Yeah. Do you like Billy Jeans?
I'm with it. Whatever. Does he like it?
That was convincing.
Does he like it?
I'm with
I don't care.
Would you like to invest in this pyramid scheme?
I'm with it.
I think-
Amway sounds
Let me
great.
see the first quarter results.
You know what? I just think the young man is growing as a human. I don't know if he wants to be known as like Mayo and the Coffee Kid anymore.
I like that version.
Yeah.
I like the.
That's college crap.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm looking at, as you're talking, Jamie, like look at Will Levis here.
Yep.
So it's not only that he got the bejesus kicked out of him, this is all on his back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is the game. And I'm not saying this to slight him. This is toughness. He's in Pittsburgh, and look at that uniform. It's just destroyed. That's what he went through
That's
last
O-line's
night.
nightmare right there.
Yeah.
The back of your quarterback's jersey.
Not the knees or the front.
We saw him with the Letterman jacket on.
Yeah.
Like, he's got some swagger to him.
He's
Billy
sleeveless
Jean
before
is
the
a-
game, and I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, oh, this guy's got something.
Yes.
He's got it. I don't know about Billy Jeans, though. I haven't bought in yet.
I like Billy Jeans. I feel like
Don't
he
come
needs
to us a week from now.
Yeah.
Jamie, I
Not
want-
us. You haven't even bought in either.
true, too.
What was the writer's name, though? Joe
Rogan?
Rexroad.
Joe Rexroad.
Yes.
I like his
Jamie,
name
pull
more
up the
than-
clip.
I feel like Will needs to embrace it because.
Well, you know what? I bet local media is going to ask about it today because
Yeah.
it's a
Well, I can't
it's a
wait to see
Canadian
it.
sensation now.